All right. So a lot of people usually say, well, I'm self-aware. I'm totally self-aware. I can get through anything. I'm aware of myself. I'm aware of all my patterns. Well, today's episode is you can be self-aware, and of course, you could still repeat the same patterns, the same cycle. This is the Voices of Victory channel. I am your host, Mario Leone. Thank you for coming on board in this magic carpet ride. Don't forget to click the link below in the podcast description. And guess what? You can visit that link and you could grow with me on Patreon. So we need to break this all down today because I think there's a very big point where people start thinking that I'm self-aware, I can just get through anything. And it is strong to be self-aware. It is a sign of confidence to be self-aware. You can understand yourself, and you might be wondering, like, okay, I understand myself, but why the hell am I doing the same things? So the question starts to come up that it's like, well, I'm aware. I should be aware of my patterns and everything. I should be aware of that. But the most difficult part about it is that you can fully understand the whole entire process, but that pattern can still be inside of you. Because you have to be able to replace the old with the new. Just like once you name the problem, you feel somehow it should stop. And life doesn't work like that. Awareness is awesome because it provides you with the ability to see information. But it is definitely not connected to the behavior in that way where it's not just going to automatically shift your behavior once you become self-aware. So you start to see, like, okay, what you're doing in relationships, why you procrastinate, why you self-sabotage. You're able to see those things, but you still do it anyway. You still repeat them anyway. It's not because you don't get it. It's not about that. But I think it's just understanding two different parts of the brain. So underneath all of that, your brain doesn't just operate off of insights alone, although insights really do start moving things forward. So it's not about what did I learn in therapy or in my journaling that helps me reflect? It's not about that. It's looking at the pattern in a different way and asking a question of what have I always done in situations exactly like this? And it actually goes straight to that. We need to understand that awareness alone is the start, but it doesn't break the cycle. So the cycle keeps going over and over and over again. You got that pain that feels comfy, totally familiar, but it feels better than going into the unknown, so you stay in a negative relationship. Or you have something that gives you an insight about your habit, and you still have your addiction, you still have your conditioning. You understand your behavior at that level, but you still feel helpless, like you can't do anything. No new behavior is being worked on. That's where the whole problem is. Awareness will show you the pattern, but you have to be able to generate new behaviors. Otherwise, it'll just fall back on your old ones. It's about habit replacement and habit transitioning. Very important. So when people say, oh, well, conflict comes up, I have an argument, and every time the fight comes up, I clam up and don't say anything when there's conflict. Well, that is a pattern until you have the awareness of it, recognize situations like that. But when the conflict actually happens, if you still go quiet, even though you know better, then you're simply not practicing or slowing down enough. Your nervous system is moving way faster than you are. Sometimes it helps to slow the mind down in frustrating situations because your body is probably running some old programs in your mind. The change doesn't happen when you simply just understand the cycle. The change doesn't occur when you realize the actual pattern. The change does happen when you actually interrupt and replace it with a new direction, a new behavior while it's happening, while it's actually going down. Not during, not before, not after. And that's where the work is. The work is actually in the moment. And it's slow and it's uncomfortable. And sometimes you have to slow your mind down a little bit. You're not just observing the patterns, though. You really have to take a harder look at the patterns and start recognizing how to break them, how to alter them, how to change course, how to alchemize them, how to move in a different way. So I'm not here to tell you, hey, you need to be more aware. No, I talk about self-awareness a lot on here, but I don't want you to confuse being more self-aware with actually understanding the change that needs to happen. Because you could see totally crystal clear on the whole idea and do absolutely nothing about it. And that's the part that maybe most people may not want to hear. But I want you to know, if you have the insights, that's the starting line, but it isn't the finishing line. The finishing line happens through results and the behavior that you have. So hopefully this helps you recognize and deal with everything a little bit differently. And don't forget to click the Patreon link below and feel free to grow with me on this channel, and we will grow together. Have a great day. See you on the next one.